Well, I was very grateful for those readings tonight. That power of prayer and Mrs. Eddy's chapter on prayer, truly a masterpiece. I know even though most of my life I was in science, I'm not sure I understood that chapter because I would take my to-do list to God, as they say, asking Him for this, that, and the next thing. And as Florence brought out tonight, as was read from Science and Health, Jesus' prayers were humble protests of truth. And that word protest is to make a solemn declaration. So prayer is actually affirmation, as Mrs. Eddy speaks of it. You are declaring the truth in face of an error, in face of a problem. Also in the readings tonight, when it was quoting Jesus in Mark 11, have faith in God, for verily I say unto you, that whosoever shall say unto this mountain, be thou removed, and be thou cast into the sea, and shall not doubt in his heart, but shall believe that those things which he hath said shall come to pass, he shall have whatsoever he saith. Now, this is again another way of speaking to the problem. Speak to your mountains. I know, as many of you know from my testimonies, I had many challenges. They seem like huge, insurmountable mountains to me. And here Christ Jesus is saying, you speak to those mountains. You don't let those mountains speak to you. You tell them a thing or two. And when you do that, and you keep at it, even though you don't get immediate results, you keep at it, and it works. It does work. And this brings us to what you often hear. We're saying, study those pages 390 to 393. Well, this is how you speak to the mountains. We call these pages in Science and Health by Mrs. Eddy the command statements. And she'll dispute the testimony of the material senses with divine science. Suffer no claim of sin or sickness to grow upon the thought. Rise in the conscious strength of the Spirit of truth to overthrow the plea of mortal mind. Banish the belief that you can possibly entertain a single intruding pain, which cannot be ruled out by the might of mind. That's just a few of those quotes from pages 390 to 393. So this is how you speak to your mountain, whether it seems like a physical mountain, a mountain of despair, of financial problems, whatever it is. You speak to that mountain. Don't listen to what it has to say. You tell it. And in doing so, you'll chip away at it, and it will, to quote Mrs. Eddy again, it will diminish until it finally disappears. This is the power of prayer as taught by Mary Baker Eddy in our textbook. I am so grateful for this understanding, this prayer of affirmation. It can bring all to pass because truly nothing is impossible to God. I'm so grateful to be here with you all tonight, and have a good evening.